Hi, my name is Selena Chow, and I'm the Digital Stewardship Resident at KBOO from 2016 to 2017. This presentation is the first of two parts. It will describe what digital preservation is and what a database tool can be used for. I'll review the part of the KBOO archive that I'm working with, some digital preservation basics, and describe KBOO's need for a database tool. So about the project and why I'm here, KBOO applied for a national grant and is receiving funding for a full-time digital stewardship resident. The American Archive of Public Broadcasting is administering this program that places residents in public broadcasting stations. I am designing and developing a process for the digitization, preservation, and cataloging of KBOO audio. You can learn more about the National Digital Stewardship Residency by following the link on this slide. The NDSR archive project focuses on news and public affairs audio, so I am not working with the music audio. The focus is on digital preservation, which is not the same as mass digitization. The focus is on planning. I'm creating a digital preservation plan, procedures, and improvements for long-term care and access of audio. The news and public affairs audio that I am assessing are the audio recorded on physical formats, dating from the 1940s, and the born digital records of broadcast programming. This is the content that KBOO hosts produce and upload to the KBOO website. Archiving work is long range, and it has short and long-term goals. Instead of thinking we must get this audio into the hands of users now, we think we must let this digital audio endure so that it lasts beyond the radio station. This is a primary goal. In order to be responsible for the preservation of assets, KBOO needs to have ongoing storage, funding, and administrative support. We talk about concepts such as security and authenticity of audio and its metadata. Digital preservation means that the best copy is made now and will be cared for forever. One must commit to the ongoing costs of digital preservation. It is incorrect to think that a one-time digitization cost is the same thing as digital preservation. The work that needs to be done is large and ongoing. So, planning includes priorities. What are KBOO's priorities? So far, we prioritize items produced by KBOO, items that are more at risk than others, such as open reel audio in poor condition, and prioritize work that can be funded. If KBOO receives a grant to digitize Veterans Affairs content, that is what goes out next. If the grant is for underserved communities, that is the priority. So, digital preservation is not mass digitization, as I mentioned before. At the heart of digital preservation is being able to manage the media and metadata, or in other words, the audio and its information. In order to manage the information and communicate the goals of digital preservation, I created a couple documents which you can look at in your own time if you wish. A metadata model, which is structured with rules to inform the collection of consistent information of audio objects, and the digital preservation policy, which outlines KBOO's commitment and objectives with digital preservation. What metadata is involved in digital preservation? Well, they can be thought of in three different categories. There is intellectual type of information, physical item information, and digital object information. Intellectual information is the content, the name of the episode, what it's about, and who are the contributors. Physical item information relates to the physical description of how the recording was made, what it looks like, where it's stored. The digital object information can be the sample rate and bit depth of the audio as it was digitized. It includes the digital duration, the file size, the file name, and the digital location. So just so you get a sense of metadata fields, this is intellectual information as far as titles, names, and types of assets, for example, episodes or promos. Physical item information can be the condition, like if the reel has a loose wind, and where the items are located. Digital object information includes, like I mentioned before, the file size, channel configuration, audio encoding, and digital quality control. A lot of important information is collected. And why is that? So some information covers descriptive information to allow people to know how we can search for things. Some information is rights information, and this guides how we can share information. Some information lends itself to authenticity in the chain of custody, meaning where did its audio come from and how can we prove it? And there is important metadata for quality control and interoperability, which means that the information is structured in a certain way so that it can be shared across different systems. Usually these are archives and library systems with particular metadata schemas to follow so that information can be shared and found more widely when more people are sharing the information in different systems. So, a database. I created a database from a software called ResourceSpace. It is open source digital asset management system, but it is used and developed to be a archive management tool to hold the PB core metadata information of KBOO's audio assets. Open source is free, meaning a community of volunteers maintains it and supports it. This is free like kittens and not like beer, meaning if you get a kitten, you have to take care of it for as long as that kitten is around. But for beer, it's free. It's here and you taste it, it's great, then it's gone. ResourceSpace, open source software, has ongoing administrative and maintenance concerns. This particular software is built on Apache, MySQL, and PHP. It's installed on the KBOO Windows Server. And with open source, if any problems occur, solving them involves active troubleshooting. There is no customer support number. This is a tool that's free for a community to use and to develop, and that is the benefit of using open source as opposed to proprietary, that you have the option of finding your own solutions in your own way instead of relying on a company and paying for support. What will it be used for? It is a shared metadata management tool. It will manage physical audio item metadata, manage digital preservation metadata of associated files, allow KBOO staff and volunteers to view and edit metadata. It'll accept nominations for digitization, and link and listen audio files when available. It's an internal tool. We're using it to prepare information for public viewing. It is available on-site only at KBOO's radio station. And we hope that many people will collectively contribute to improving the records from where they are now, taking it a step further with whatever information they know of the programs and history of KBOO. For example, you can't search for a term unless that keyword term is there. There is a lot of information missing, people names, episode names, and the more robust there is information on the audio, the more useful the tool is for everyone. Some resource-based features include a CSV import, tabbed view of metadata fields, media player, and different users have different groups with permissions. People can download files, some people can edit files, some people don't need to edit files. Multiple people can use and edit the source, and there is available CSV export. So you are able to go into KBOO right now and check out this resource. Go to any KBOO workstation, type in this address in an internet browser, archive.kboo.org/resourcespace, and browse around if you wish, and if you are the type to just explore on your own. But as I mentioned, there will be a part 2 of explaining ResourceSpace in terms of what the community can use it for and how it can be used to help KBOO maintain this archive information. So if you go to this address, you see something like this. the default is to show the last 1,000 records, but there are 7,600 items representing physical things in the back room. There are items of different physical formats, so there are open reel audio tapes, cassette tapes, CDs, DAT tapes, and mini discs. You can look for digitized items. As I mentioned, KBOO is just getting started with this digital preservation planning. There's audio files that need to be cleaned and reviewed. Once they are acceptable for preservation, they'll be stored in its appropriate place and added to ResourceSpace. Anything that has audio, you can click on the name.
No, and you want to price that I would be open
audio.
about.
It's almost like
For things that are available, you can download files and look at all the information that is available so far for an item. Again, this is not complete. It is an ongoing process. So, once again, stay tuned for part 2. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or find me on Twitter.